Hey folks, Fox here. Eldar Vs Orks 1850. It's pitch battle and victory points, so that's kind of old school. What's happening in August is there's a GameSummit Skirmish, so a huge tournament in Ottawa. And there's a bunch of scenarios, so we're kind of testing them out and seeing how they're going. So you're going to see some strange things happen in the next few battle reports. So I started out, and I actually started first. I actually opted to go first. And I'm up against the battle wagon with some Bernas, some Knobs, some Gretchen, some Ard boys, and some cans, and some regular boys, and more regular boys, and bikes. So it's going to be an interesting battle. So I took first turn and actually took out the battle wagon, and the Bernas had to jump out. The truck with the Knobs went all ramshackle and nuts. The Ard boys drove up real fast. The bikes were pinned, yay, pinning weapons, from the missile launchers, which was kind of cool. And as things went, the boys and those cans kind of moved around to the left, and the boys on the right kind of stood still. Anywhere you see the white template is basically where the Night Spinner's been firing. I've got 2 fire prisms, 10 bikes with cannons, a warlock, and a farseer, and 3 vipers with scatter lasers. And then, of course, my storm guardians in the good old wave serpents. So those Knobs are a pain. I cannot kill those guys, those fearless buggers. And that white spot was where the Night Spinner fired. So again, I just kind of moved to the left. I lost one of my scatter lasers, and I was able to destroy the truck there. It went all ramshackle and stuff, and the Ard boys jumped out. I shot them with the fire prism. Bang on. Knocked a few off. Again, shot a lot at the Knobs. Nothing really happened, even though they were doomed and stuff there. Feel no pain. Sucks. Now I know what people feel like when they're shooting my guys. The next turn I fired the Night Spinner, and it's kind of kept those guys still. I took out a lot of bikes, but those bikes are going to be my bane eventually. Mega Knobs started moving up. I eventually wiped them out, but we'll show you guys that a little bit later on. Bikes again, shot as much as I could into them to eventually kill them and make them run away. One guy ran, and he ran into the building. So that's pretty much by turn 2. All this stuff is happening. I cannot get over these Knobs. They're crazy. But yeah, so more firing on my wave serpents, but they drift and missed. And I like that weapon where you can get like weird results depending on your rolls. I'm going to be changing up my list, I think, for the next report. It'll be a 1500 tomorrow, and then an 1850 next week, as long as I can get out to the store. So, as things progress through the game, bikes continue to shift along the bottom there. More firing, oh my goodness. This is where my big mistake was. I moved too close with my wave serpents. I wanted to get them in range to start flaming those boys because I wanted to really try out and get my Storm Guardians into the good and gritty battle, but it didn't work out. Vipers moved to the left into the corner, continued to shoot. Those guys, the Knobs, got hit with the white template and didn't hurt anybody. Didn't even slow them down. They moved through it without any issue at all. I don't know, the dangerous terrain isn't working for me this game at all. It just barely slowed anyone down. Now, if you guys remember, there was only one bike left, and it moved into that building. And eventually that bike is going to, again, move a little bit further back. And there it is. I hate him. I hate him so much. He shot and took out that wave serpent with one shot from behind. So it exploded. And all of my guys, except for like 3, died. And then the boys moved up and shot them. And then those guys, the cans, blew up my other wave serpent. I'm like, oh my goodness. So my guardians jumped out, flamed, and managed to get those boys running and off the table. So I got a few points there. And eventually those cans are going to just bypass my guardians, and the boys are going to run in and eventually assault those guys. I made a mistake when I was taking them off, and I didn't take off the closer guys, which is, if you really want to deny an assault, you have to do that, especially when you're outnumbered. But, you know, my mistake. Those Knobs are eventually going to run into the ruins. and I've got those knobs actually assaulted that fire prism and knocked the prism off it. Bikes are still moving around the bottom, and that's pretty much it. Again, I'm gonna lose those guardians shortly, unfortunately, but hopefully next game I'll get some more fun out of them. Those bikes, I have to say, I like the ability to do multiple assaults with them. You know, have one Witchblade on one side, another Witchblade on the other, hit multiple vehicles. You'll notice a Viper was lost there too. That was from the big mech. Guys moving into the terrain. Boys moving around. Hey, no more Guardians on the table. Wonder what happened there. Turbo boosted again. The Fire Prism with nothing on it. Moved some bikes around the bottom there. The Fire Prism there is eventually going to get assaulted by the cans, and they're going to rip the prism off that. And in the end, those two tanks are just going to move up into the corner just to deny any further victory points. But this is basically where things started to fall to pieces for me. Here, I assaulted up, and I was able to destroy 2 cans. I wanted to get the third so I can get some more points, but didn't happen. I love the Witchblades. I wouldn't go with anything else, but more just kind of standing around for those boys and those knobs. And the Burners really didn't do much against the other Vipers. But overall, it was a good game. With the way the points worked out, victory points, it was pretty much a tie. It ended in like 700 each. As long as you're within 100 points of the other guy, it's basically considered a tie. So it was good stuff. So with that said, guys, I'll talk to you later.